that is until the first question comes. So who's going to ask the first question, then the next one will come.
The proposed recommendations, as you said, we will be getting recommendations actually, and we will be working on it. And it is for the next 5-year period, or we will be setting a time to, what you call, address those recommendations.
When the recommendations come, you have a month's period to respond.
Okay.
So you are free to respond and even to say no, yes, we agree, we don't agree. Could you clarify this? Anything is okay. Yeah. So that is the response period. And then your action plan, which is prepared on, is for the next 5 years.
Okay.
Yeah. Not necessarily you're going to address all of them in the next month or something like that. So we keep that in mind when we write our report also. There would be areas where we find some evidence, but still we would say that it's happening, but we wish it happens even more for the betterment of their own program. So we will put it in the recommendation, and therefore they will work on, because it's going to come up in the next evaluation. Starting point is this. What report you're giving, that is the starting point for your next evaluation. So this report anyway will be discussed. So by then it will get even better. So even keeping in mind when we are unsure about something, we see certain practice, but are we sure, fully convinced? Yes, no, then we say make a recommendation. So the benefit of doubt is given to batsman, not bowler. So what do we say? Okay, we'll make the recommendation so that they can work on that one. It will get even better, because anyway there is a source of doubt there. So we'll put that as a recommendation. It's only a recommendation. So which will only help them to get better. So it will go on. So that answers that.
Yeah.
It's 5 years.
So approximately from today, when will we get your
6 weeks period. The reporting period is 6 weeks, but you may not have to wait for 6 weeks. It may come even earlier. We send it, then it goes to Singapore office, then back and forth it will go with questions. Singapore office will ask all the questions on your behalf. Then we would go and come back. And then that will go to the Cardiff office.
As we work in India, actually, our children find mostly the difficulty in taking up the entrance examinations because the exam results are out from IB, we are getting it late. So how you are convincing your children? I mean, because many parents, when they come for the admission, we face this question since the result is out late and taking entrance examination is difficult and all.
I don't convince them, I just present facts. Okay, there are 2 points which I make on that question. Question 1 is that, see, IB results are delayed. Calendar difficulty is there. IB is eligibility, there is no problem at all. IB is an eligible program to go to any university. So it's legal. But the difficulty really arises in the calendar, because if the results are released on July 6th. Correct?
Yeah.
So now many colleges are accepting the predicted grade. They give provisional admission. It has not been that bad as it's earlier when I was in Bangalore for 15 years. Now many colleges in Bangalore started accepting IB graduate. Provisional admissions are coming, predicted grades are given, and there is a university guide which is available online. We give that book. That book is well received by the university, so it's getting better. I don't say zero problem, but it's getting better. Some colleges still may choose that, no, I'm not looking into all of them, please go. It happens. It happens. But most of the colleges now start understanding. They also see the value of their candidates now. So that's better. In terms of entrance examinations, which they do, it's a difficult. Why? Your exams happen in the month of May, and then entrance examinations happen in May. It's difficult to prepare. Correct. Now, is IIT the only thing in the world to go? All I am saying is that I only tell the children that, listen, how many lakhs of children are here? Even if you do CPSE, nobody guarantees you the IIT admission there. If you are so capable of getting through and crack IIT, then in your IB you would easily get 40 points. If you get 40 points in IB, because if you are capable of cracking that one, you will be able to, logically, you should be able to get about 40 points here. With your 40 points, you will get the top of the engineering universities in the world, top universities, and with good scholarship you will get to the Ivy League colleges. You try, still you are not, take 1 year gap and then prepare and then go to the IIT if you are so adamant and clear. I have seen many students who aspire to go for IIT. They all apply and get to the best of the colleges in the world and they drop the idea of IIT. And that is at least guaranteed, it's better, it's logical, etc. So, but still somebody says, no, it's IIT is a dream from my birth and that is the only thing that can happen. And I say, probably DP is not your course. It's not your course. It's
I
not
think the only country in the world which has this kind of problem where the local board dates and the IB dates are not coinciding. Or is there other countries how?
I don't know which are the other countries really fighting on this issue with IB. India only is fighting with IB, as I know. But IB's answer is this. One, why don't you register in November if you're so concerned? Why do you want to go with, I'm not telling you to register in May. You run a school where you register in November, so you have time for your IIT exams, etc. Do it. What we can do is, we can give Indian equivalents, which we are giving. University license officer is appointed. We make this process smoother. We get it better. Now you see how much of the work which IB has done, etc. Can IB bring the admission results early? I mean the exam results early, which is something they rule out. I think in the last conference in Hyderabad, this discussion had happened. And because Shiv Kumari, who is the head of IB now, the Director General, there is a talk now that IB may consider bringing India results early, even by a few weeks or something. That will make a huge difference. I don't know how much shape it will take. It has not been considering so far. The first time in the Hyderabad conference, I think there is some kind of talk like that. It's only 10% chances.
A-levels, they have introduced the March session.
March session we have introduced, and that might put more pressure on IB. So they might consider, because this March series is a game changer for A-level.
Australia has the same problem. So exactly what you're describing, they have the same problem for November session and the Australian universities.
Okay.
So you're not the only country. And so they've taken to the IB as well.
Okay.
But they're not going to change it.
So they will say, please register in me.
Yeah. Which some schools do.
Even some schools
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
I have a question in CAST. It is sometimes difficult to get to children to understand as to how they would begin a project on their own. Or should the school guide, as we spoke to you yesterday? Is it with in-house resources or external resources with the NGOs or other hospitals in education? So the personal project of the child, I would like you to help us to understand that.
It's all of the answers which you have given. So is it the school will guide? Yes, of course it will guide. It's with the guidance. Of course you will guide on the projects. You will guide. Thanks for bringing it. That brings about that point that every DP teacher is an extended essay supervisor. Every DP teacher is a TOK teacher. Every DP teacher is a CAS supervisor. So you need to have a complete understanding of it and help and support all of the programs. It cannot be left to CAS coordinator. It cannot be left to the TOK teacher to do that. It is the responsibility. Your program success will not depend on how much of TOK you do in your topics. And that will strengthen their essays there. If you really want their TOK essays and the presentations to do well, you all do more in your subject areas, and that demonstrates understanding in their essays there. It will be strengthened. Yeah, it will come. It will come. So TOK teacher, CAS coordinator alone cannot do this one. Everybody's responsibility is that. And the extended essay also, as a subject teacher, you should encourage them to take another subject. It cannot happen once out of 13, one subject has got 7 students taking there, etc. That's in a way, it's a sad reflection on the other side. Every teacher should motivate them, and that motivation and encouragement will take them to take make them take the external essay in your subject area. Yeah. So therefore, all three core areas is your area. Isn't it? So, project support, NGO support, external support, your other organization support here, all of them together will bring out the best of the project. All of them are open. It's a mix of all of them.
Should we actually recommend one type of project to the class or one child, do one thing?
Depends on the project. Depends on the project. Say if there is a community construction which you are doing in the neighborhood village, it might require all 13 of them to do it. They would take different aspects of that project. One would plan, one would do this, one would do this. So that depends upon the project which they take. If it is smaller project, then you can have two projects, 2 groups, 3 groups, doing it, etc. Individually also they can do their own projects. It's a mix of all.
Does fundraising become a part of service?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So when you, thanks again for bringing that. So when you decide on the CAS activity, you see often the misconception is that it is beneficial to some. This program is beneficial to this community, and therefore this is a fantastic service opportunity. No. When you say a CAS activity, it should benefit the receiver, it should also benefit the giver. So what is that the student benefited from this? So that has to be, those outcomes you have to run through and see how does the student benefit, how does the community benefit. Either way it should benefit to qualify for a good CAS program. Either way. I think in fundraising there are both sides that financially benefit here, but there are benefits for the organizer also in terms of learning. So learning outcomes they meet and it brings in a lot of learning objectives maintained by doing so.